Welcome to Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. My name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. Our objective is to enthuse, inspire, energize, and empower entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of all stripes here in BW and beyond. We do so by inviting these entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs into our makeshift studio. Sometimes we call them to the restaurant, sometimes we go to our studio, and we ask them to share their experiential knowledge, their experiences, and their expertise. And we ask them as many questions as we can, aimed at empowering you also as a viewer. Hello dear viewer and dear listener, my name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. I welcome you to another exciting, invigorating episode of Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this episode with us. The favor that I ask you is that please straight away hit that subscribe button. We need your support. We do our best to bring you life-changing, impactful business information, but we can only do so with your support, and all we require of you is that you hit the subscribe button so that we can remain on air and keep bringing these wonderful entrepreneurs to you, like the entrepreneur I have today. Welcome to the studio.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yes. We're going to talk about all sorts of things, women empowerment, women in business, events, all sorts of exciting things. But for us to get there, we need to know you first. Can you introduce yourself to the viewer, who you are, your background? Share a little bit of that.
Hello, viewers. My name is Buang Chelane. I'm a 34-year-old woman. I have a bachelor's degree in finance, banking and finance, which I did in Malaysia. Yes. Yeah, I'm one of those students who went to Malaysia, all thanks to the government of Botswana. It was a very exciting experience, culture-wise, a lot of things. We learned a lot. And I'm really appreciative of that. And right now, beginning of this year, I've always been interested in events. So I did my research for like 3 years. I tried and failed for so many years, but we'll get there. And this year I decided to register my company, and with the aim to empower women, strictly collaborations with women. I know it's a male-dominated industry, but I'm determined. I'm not scared. I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the academic side, what did you do? What were you doing in Malaysia? What were you studying?
I was studying banking and finance, business administration. Yes.
And you have a degree in that?
I have a degree in banking and finance.
Okay. Was it in Conqueen or what?
It was Multimedia University in Melaka.
All right. Now, have you always been interested in entrepreneurship, in business?
I've always been interested in entrepreneurship. I've always been interested in creatives. I'm a creative at heart, but you know how our parents are. We need to do some stuff just to please our parents. But that was not my line of passion, finance.
What was really your original passion? When you were
I wanted to do motion TV. I was admitted at AFDA, Cape Town, but my parents were against it.
Why?
I guess they didn't understand actually, but when I sat down with my dad, he was like, okay, I understand this is your passion, this is what you love to do, but looking in the future, you can just collapse, your career can just go down the drain. The entertainment industry is not stable. So rather have plan B, do finance. After doing this, then you can work on your passion.
The interesting thing is you need to have financial skills. You need to have financial literacy to run any business. So do you find that your degree in finance helps on the creative side?
It does actually. It does help. Yes, a lot.
How?
A lot of creatives, at least the ones that I came across, they're just there, entertainers, they're just there. They don't know anything about budgeting, they don't know anything about saving, they don't know anything about anything finance. They're financial illiterate. They're just there because they're there. That is why you can see the likes of Sahara was going through a lot. It's financial illiteracy.
You assume that I know much about Sahara. I don't know anything.
Oh, okay.
Are you able to tell us what's happening there?
She went through a financial crisis recently. She lost everything she invested on. Apparently, there was a problem with the manager and her finances, so everything was repossessed by the bank. And I was like, you know what? The thing is, these people are not financial illiterate. Literate, yeah.
So your dad was right in retrospect to insist that you get financial grounding before you get into business or into creative's business.
He was right. Now looking back, he was right.
You must tell him that.
May his soul rest in peace.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's no longer with us.
Yes.
All right. Tell us about Queen Twyla.
Queen Twyla.
Twyla.
Yeah, Queen Twyla. Okay, Queen Twyla is an events company established beginning of the year. Actually, I have a mentor who is an entrepreneur and a businesswoman, and a reality TV star, Brunette Sopela, from South Africa, popularly known from the Real Housewives of Johannesburg. So she has been mentoring me for like 3 years about events, inviting me, meeting, introducing me to certain people in South Africa. And this year we just felt like I'm ready to do this. So I registered the company. That is where I started.
Let's unpack the name. Queen.
Queen.
Twyla. What's the meaning of those words?
Okay, Queen, I'm a feminist. So,
Fair?
feminist,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
Queen.
yeah.
And then the Twyla, it's a nickname that I was given by my friends in high school. So it basically means flower.
What exactly does the company do?
It does events, specifically
what
events.
Give examples.
We have our very, very first event, upcoming event, which is a creative masterclass featuring 3 actors from South Africa. Mr. Kagiso Midupi, who is a filmmaker, an actor, and a businessman. Matli Mohapelwa, an actor and a filmmaker. Innocent Sadiq, a businesswoman, reality TV star, actress, and a pastor. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
And our very own Miss Lebogang Mpofu, the founder and director of Top Powers. Her work is playing on Now TV, BTV. Yes.
Why did you decide to start with this masterclass? And why are masterclasses relevant or important?
Because I've seen that there's a gap in the creative industry. Last year, I wanted to do a movie for Netflix and Showmax, but it didn't succeed because of the funds. When we approached the corporates, they didn't understand how they benefit by sponsoring a film, that return on investment. No matter how hard we tried to explain it, product placement, they were like, no, we really don't understand how we're going to benefit by sponsoring your film. So I was like, okay, now this is a gap that we have in our creative industry, and it's a gap that needs to be filled. And how can we do that? By inviting the experts in the game, like Kagiso Midupe, for example. We see him doing good. His movie Losing Larato did good. He won 10 international awards.
Wow.
Tando, the movie which was released this year, is doing good as well. So I believe it's a platform where we can sit. It's not only for the creatives, but also for the corporates. They need to learn.
Tell us how it actually works in practical terms, the masterclass. What happens?
At the masterclass, what's going to happen at the masterclass is we're gonna be sitting down, discussing. After the discussions,
Like a round table discussion or a classroom setup?
A classroom kinda setup, but in a classy, also a comfortable environment. We're gonna bring, those vibes. So at the same time, we're gonna give our local filmmakers a chance to showcase a clip of their work, so that these people can see what our own are capable of, and so that they can have an opportunity to learn and to know the procedures to be followed when selling content, go Showmax, Netflix, MTV, because that's the platform we want for our local producers.
Okay, which filmmakers locally do you have in mind? Who's likely to be there? Who will be showcasing?
The lady that I collaborated with, Miss Lerumo Mpofu, we will be having Mr. Johnson Utlaidisa. We will be having both Club Media Productions and other production companies.
Okay. Share a little bit of their body of work. What have they created, these local guys? So that whoever is listening might be saying, oh, this is worth attending. What is their body of work?
Club Media Productions did a lot of advertisements, a lot of reels for Botswana Post, for Office of the President. They did some music video shoots for Scar, for example. The quality, the visuals, everything was out of this world. That work is amazing. Miss Lerumo Mpofu, Top Power Pictures, we see her work on TV, and she recently did a very, very amazing drama. And I was like, you know what, Miss Lerumo, this one is not for our local TV. This is a Showmax and Netflix content, and the drama is in Kalanga, Sekalaka.
Yes, start to finish.
We always see dramas in Setswana or English, but she was like, no. Let me do something different.
So you watch it with what do you call it? With letters at the bottom, or what do you call it?
Yes.
With
subtitles.
Subtitles.
Yes.
That's what I was looking for.
Yes.
So you watch it with subtitles.
Yes.
And you say it's great. But how did you link up with Lerumo? Tell us how your partnership or your collaboration started.
Okay, me and Miss Lerumo met through social media, Instagram to be specific. I inboxed her. I was like, okay, maybe she'll respond, maybe not. But fortunately, she did respond, and we had our very first meeting. And I told her, Miss Lerumo, I'm a businesswoman. I do have an ideas. I want to collaborate with you because you are a woman. I want to empower women. So I have this masterclass that I want to do. I have this film that I want to do, collaborating with the South African producers, because we already have a green light, go Showmax and Netflix. So it's gonna be a Botswana film. Yeah, she's like, okay, no, I'm up for it. I wanna go international, Yes.
Okay. And did you have to then work on a script or what? For this film, or how does it come to fruition?
The film or the masterclass?
The film.
The film, I have the script. I just had an idea and I had to put it together. I'm not a writer, but I used to love writing. I said, this is what I have in mind. We put it in paper. And she's like, okay, I have a team. I have a writer, Mr. Justice Offense. We will sit down, tell him the idea, he'll put it in writing. And we had that conversation. And there it was.
Do you mind telling us what the film is about?
Not yet. We will come back.
Okay, it's still.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's a drama, a comedy, or what category?
It's a movie actually. It's a movie.
I know, but I mean, movies have
like
categories.
Drama.
It's a drama. Okay.
Yeah, it's a drama.
Okay. I can't get more information out of you than that.
You cannot get more information, but what I know is you're gonna love it.
Okay. And how soon can we expect it to come out?
The movie, we're gonna get in production hopefully December.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me, is it an expensive undertaking to make a movie? What is involved?
It's expensive. The budget is 3.1 million for that movie, and we need sponsors. And it's very hard
You're
to.
talking pula or US dollars?
We are talking rands, yes, and it's very hard to get sponsors because when you approach people like Bomesta Dada, they'll be like, "Hey, I don't know anything about film. What am I gonna benefit?" When you approach people like Mr. Zakem of Zek Construction, also is the same thing. When you approach CEDA, they say, "Take a loan."
But tell me, since you are now on this platform, what's in it for them? What is the benefit for a sponsor if some of these businesses are out there watching you? How do they benefit? What's in it for them?
Okay, we have what we call product placement. On the scenes, the banners will be there, the company banners, they'll be there. If they come on board as executive producers, that is injecting cash into the film, they do benefit the profits when we get a payout. Because Kanabo Netflix, we're talking about 9 million. They buy a film for 9 million.
US.
Rands.
No,
We're
rands,
using
okay.
Netflix South Africa.
Okay. Now, do you want to comment generally on the film industry in Africa? I mean, we have, we have in Nigeria a very vibrant industry. We have Bollywood in India. How is it coming up in Africa? What do they call it? They call it Nollywood in Nigeria. How are we doing in Southern Africa in terms of film?
It's very slow. I believe the thing about Africans is we don't believe in collaborations, and for us to make it in the film industry, we need to work together. That's how we can make it in the industry. So I don't know the mentality of our people. When you say let's collaborate, they're thinking, oh, there's
But
and
at
that.
least you and Labuhang and a few others are doing something.
Exactly, precisely. So as a continent, in Africa, for us to make it in the film industry, we need to collaborate. That's what they do in South Africa, and they're successful collaborations.
Okay.
Yes.
And let's talk a little bit about Top Power. What is that about? What's the share a little bit that background and your connection with them.
Top Power Pictures, it's a film production company owned and founded by a Motswana lady, Miss Lebogang Mpofu.
The same one we've been talking about.
The same one we've been talking about. She also studied in Malaysia at Limpopo through Curtin University. Yes. She is producing dramas. She has a reality shows that she's producing, and she's looking at expanding. Yes.
Okay. Are there one or two specific success stories that we can share for Top Power?
Yes, there are one or two. Yeah, the drama that is playing on, what's the name?
It's playing on DSTV.
No, local.
BTV?
BTV. And they have a children's show on Now TV.
On Now TV.
But that success story, like I would say, it's this one, the Kalanga one, because right now we are already in talks with Showmax.
But how do you say it's successful when the public hasn't seen it yet?
The public hasn't seen it, but at least the experts, it's not easy. You are from Botswana, you are not a South African. You reach those people, I have this content, it's Kalanga, they don't know what Kalanga is. You sit down with them, you have to try to convince them, you get what I'm saying. But the moment they saw that an episode and the quality, they were impressed. Actually, they were like, oh, so the amazing producers in Botswana. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how we managed to get this. Yeah.
Let me ask you a little bit about the training that Botswana filmmakers are getting. You mentioned Lim Kong Queen, you mentioned Curtin University. Which institution do you think is having the biggest impact? Where are most of our successful producers coming from?
Limpopo in Malaysia. Yes.
Tell us more.
Limpopo in Malaysia. The producers who are making it in the country are from Limpopo. I think the reason being, like I said when I talked about Malaysia, it's a different country, different continent, different people, and in LIMS, I don't know about Limpopo in Botswana, so I'll definitely not talk about it. But Limpopo in Malaysia, they were based more into practical work than theory.
Yes.
In Botswana, I think they focus more into theory than practical. If you get an intern example from one of the, I won't mention the names, and you give them a camera, they don't know how to operate it. But they did film.
They did pass the course.
Exactly.
Whereas in Malaysia, you think
it's more practical.
Okay.
Yes.
How close are we to having an actual vibrant film industry in Botswana? I mean, I get mixed feelings listening to you, but can you just clarify for me, are we getting any close to having a vibrant industry?
We are far. We are far.
Why do you say that?
We are far. We are really far because as filmmakers, and like I said, we don't have this we don't have this. We are not connected. You know, you want to do your thing, Lebogang wants to do her thing, Buang wants to do her thing, Mohorosi wants to do that thing. And when you try to say, let us come together, let us do something, we never get anywhere. Negative comments, positive comments, there and there. So really we are far. We still have a long way to go.
How can we change that outlook? How do we, I don't think we should be despondent and give up, but how do we change that trajectory?
Our government should listen to us.
Are we still relying on government?
That's it in Botswana. It's the government. For you to get your content on TV as tenders, you know, you can't just go to BTV and say, I have this content. May you please, I want to sell it to you. Tender system. And you know what happens with tenders. They already know who they want. For example, I have long submitted a content looking at what's going on nowadays, gender-based violence. And we did something, it's a reality talk show, The Scars Behind My Makeup. Till today, no response from BTV.
What is the stumbling block?
We honestly, our government have confidence with outsiders than us. Than us local producers.
When you say government, aren't we talking about Botswana children who are in these positions of power?
Yes.
Well, they don't believe in us.
They don't believe in us. They don't.
But why don't they at least give you a chance?
Exactly, to prove ourselves.
So, in order to have your production on a place like BTV, currently, what does it take? What does one have to do?
We have to wait for the tender. Like I said, you can.
And when you tender, what happens?
And when you tender, after a month or two, the tender is cancelled. Where now you are stuck with content, you used your money.
And reason for cancellation?
They never give us a reason.
But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what is the quality of production or shows that you see on locally? Now TV, for instance, BTV, for instance. What is the actual quality that makes it there? Because something has to be on eventually.
Yeah, what I can say is what is playing on BTV right now, they don't have content to start with. We are watching the same thing all over again. The quality is not good. And as creatives, okay, le gore content e rekilwe go lebileng, what is the criteria?
This is the part I don't understand. The government spends truckloads of money, I mean lots and lots of money, training people, Malaysia and elsewhere, and they acquire these specialized skills. And when they come back with these skills, they are not given a chance. There has to be a better explanation.
There has to be a better explanation.
What is the explanation?
And that is what we are fighting for. Mr. Johnson is really fighting for us as creatives.
Who's Mr. Johnson?
We have a board of creatives, Mobotswana.
Tell us about that.
So he is really trying to fight for
Is it
us.
like an association?
Like an association. Like right now TV nabantitse tender. We went out shooting, we use money from our pockets.
Yes.
We submit the content. After submitting, they cancel. When you have actors,
We have to pay.
you have to pay, you have crew.
Yeah. You see, still I'm not hakiwele.
Still haweli.
I'm not getting settled on understanding where the stumbling block is, because I'm saying even at BTV we have Banaba Batswana, we have our own people there, and then here we have educated creatives roaming the streets. Why is disconnect? Why are tenders being cancelled, and why are we ending up with hopeless content? Why are we watching content that is,
That
reruns, old reruns, isn't it? From
Yeah.
a long time ago. Some of it there's times when we watch Korean reruns or something.
Yeah, that is a question that me and Miss Lebogang asked Mogobe Mogobe TV some few weeks ago, and the answer we got was like, hey, kana wa itsoro lona Batswana bana Batswana lentsang. Tlebe ba bereka last minute 1-2 be ba cancel ba re gara bona the content that we are looking for, the quality in kana excuse.
Maybe Lelona you have
Nya is enron.
she must say Lentsiang. What is it specifically that
Gore Batswana ke batho ba ileng gore ba rata last minute.
still doesn't make sense?
So that was the answer that we got.
All right. Let's move on and talk about your collaboration with Lebogang. What is the end game? What is a long-term vision for this collaboration? What's going to come out of it?
The Masterclass is going to be an annual thing. It's going to be happening each and every year. And the production side of it, we have some content that we are working on. And Tota right now, we want to go international. So we are collaborating with Bakwena Production.
Who's that?
Yaha Rekagiso Midupi from South Africa. We are collaborating with Bongani Masondo. He is an actor and also a producer in South Africa. So looking forward, they should look out for our work on international platforms.
And I think your angle is women empowerment. Why do you think women specifically need empowerment?
Really, beside it, I don't know if it's a gender thing, kanayang, we are never taken serious. So, really, beside happy, some bainyats are not confident. They are afraid to go out there and do that thing. They're like, okay, because I'm a woman, I'm going to be judged, or I'm going to be turned down, or hey, this industry, it's male dominated. What if I fail? What if? So I'm like, okay, now I'm a woman who is determined, who's hardworking, who's not afraid of taking risk. So I just want to empower women. For you know what, ladies, let us do our thing. Do whatever that you want to do. Start. Whether you have money or not, just do it. Knock, 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 knock on the doors.
So how do you then build confidence for these women? since the problem seems to be a self-esteem issue or a confidence issue?
I do have an upcoming event that will be focusing on that. Yes.
So you're going to have a series of master classes?
It's going to be a series of master classes.
Okay, sounds very interesting. You do say you're facing some challenges planning for this event. What are the challenges?
The challenges that we are facing or that we have faced, it's capital. We were looking for sponsors. Planning an event is not easy. First of all, you need venue. You need sound. You need this and that. Everything is money. So we knocked on a couple of doors looking for sponsors. There and there we did get some sponsors. Some doors were shut down on us. Those are the kind of challenges that we faced. And it's very painful to see your fellow competitor. You know, you introduce them to a certain sponsor. You say, okay, you give them a direction. That is where you can ask for sponsorship. When I kupile sponsor and once you are turned down and your competitor ufilwe a sponsor and you ask, now I want to know why am I turned down? Why? I want to know.
And what's the answer?
And the answer was like, Ghana, Botswana are not well educated about the creative industry, so no one was keen to attend the master class. But when your competitor came for the makazi and Madi was given. Yeah.
Because of the popularity.
Because of the popularity. So those are one of the challenges that we are facing. Okay. So we, I would say 70% of the masterclass, we funded it from our pockets.
It was hectic, eh?
It was hectic.
Okay, but do you believe that you've gone over there, the worst is behind you, that you are on the right track?
We are on the right track. Yeah, we are on the right track. But we want Botswana to support us. We still have some tickets. We want them to purchase their tickets, yes.
Yeah, I've heard it said that nothing worth having can be had easy. In other words, nothing comes easy that is worth having.
Nothing comes easy in life.
So maybe, and I normally say to my mentees when I'm talking to them that, look, try and enjoy the journey more than the destination. If you focus on enjoying the journey, the challenges along the way, you find that the destination sooner or later will come.
Precisely.
Especially if you are consistent and persistent.
And we are not into profit. We just want to pave a way for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have incorporated a company, isn't it? You are running through a company.
Yes, I'm running through a company.
All right. Now, how soon is this master class and when can we expect?
24 September at Grand Area Hotel. It's gonna start at 10 until 1. Then after 1, it will be networking.
Okay. Tell us why people should attend. Those who are watching, tell them why do you think that it's worth them taking time out of their busy schedules to attend?
Individuals, it's very good for you to attend events to learn, especially the creatives. I will have to highlight it. You have to learn from the experts, the actresses, our local actresses and actors. You don't know your rights. So attending this masterclass, you will know your right as an actor. You will know your right as an actress. You will know what an actor's contract entails. The corporates, you need to buy tables. You need to attend this masterclass. You need to know the return on investment, what it takes to sponsor a film. We need you, Rebana Balona. We cannot do this without your support.
Yeah. And when you talk of collaboration, I'm reminded that at the end of a Hollywood movie, there's a whole 10 minutes of just credits.
Yes.
For one simple, what looks like a simple, straightforward movie, you find that it's a whole village that has collaborated. So that kind of mindset has to be inculcated. And I'm just wondering whether you will be teaching also deeper in terms of how these collaborations work and how the individual participants can benefit.
Yes, everything will be unfolded there at the master. And there will be a performance by Tatos Gama Tlabapiri. And yeah, we do encourage fellow artists to attend this masterclass. But lately, they shouldn't focus on doing the gigi at the public gigs. They should also venture into corporate events. Yes. And Scar will be demonstrating how a corporate, how you perform into a corporate platform.
Okay.
As a hip hop artist.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Somebody watching would be saying, but is there any zaka in all this, events activity or just making events? Is there any zaka? Is there any profit to be made? Because after all, they're entrepreneurs who want to make profit. What's your answer to that?
There is profit. There is profit if you have sponsors and the sales of tickets, and there is profit. If our ticket is 1,000, if there are 200 attendees, from the sales 200,000, and if we have sponsors on board, really a lot of things, or rather the profit is for the company.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there any way that you are leveraging social media to help you with these events?
Yes, we do have a page on Facebook, the Creative Masterclass. It's on Facebook. We do have Queen Twyla on Instagram, where we are promoting the event, and we do promote it on Twitter, on Top Power Pictures Twitter account, and through our personal account. Myself, my social media pages, Facebook, Buang Chelane, Instagram is Miss Twizy, Twitter is Buang Chelane, Miss Lebogang is Lebogang Pofu on Facebook and Instagram, Tato Matlabapiri, Facebook, Lebadugram, Instagram, Kagiso Yabakwena Midupi, our panel, they're also promoting it on their social media pages since they have a good following. Kagiso Yabakwena Midupi, Instagram, Matli Mohapelwa, Instagram and Twitter, Ino Sadiki, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
Wow, looks like it's a
and our MC Thabo Andile Mtlare. Yes.
Okay, he's been booked already for that day.
Yes, he's been booked.
Okay. He's done well to get you here, hasn't he?
He did a very amazing job.
All right. I always want to know from my guests what the long-term plan is. Looking at Buang Chelane as a brand, what can we expect the next 10, 15 years in terms of growth, in terms of what you intend to establish in the long term?
Buang is working on her own TV show. Her own TV show, which will be based in South Africa through Gets TV.
Okay.
Yes. So it will be everything entrepreneurship.
Okay. So in 10 years, 15 years, what will you have? Just the show? What else?
Not just the show. I want to have an NGO. Tota just motivating these women. There are so many women in the streets. Like, I'm up for women empowerment. So Tota, I want to help women, especially women who have been abused before, because I know what it takes. I'm a victim of abuse. So I need a shelter where I can motivate these women.
Okay.
Because most of them, they give up on life.
I'm sorry to hear that you've been a victim of abuse. Is there something you want to share, or is there anything that you want to share with the viewer about that?
What I would like to say is, especially to women, we shouldn't stay in abusive relationship. Literally, someone will change. Someone will change while they are abusing you each and every day. I was abused to a point where that man wanted to kill me, and I had to seek help from social media. So,
You mean like just report on Facebook what you're going through?
I was live. We were fighting for the phone. Yeah, I was bleeding. He was holding a metal, and social media did come through for me.
How so?
They called the SSG because I shared my location. Yes.
And they,
And my SSG came through, and as usual, the family talked to me, dropped the case, you know. It was,
and did you drop the case?
I did, which I regret, because maybe he's out there doing it to the next woman.
Okay. But you were smart enough to walk away from that
I
relationship.
did walk away. I did walk away.
There's a tendency, isn't there, among women to feel, some women to feel that they have no options, to feel that they are better off with the devil they know. What's your advice on that?
The thing is, as women, from my experience, they were okay. Let me give him second chance. He will change, you know. But it always gets worse and worse and worse. That man would literally beat me in the car and pretend as if nothing happened.
Like slap?
Not a slap, with a fist, killed blue eye. And when I tell people, they were no, not him. You would play a victim.
Saying that you are attacking him.
Yeah, you don't know what happened. And I'm like, guys, this man is physically abusing me. I cried. I cried for help. Until now, it moved from worse to bad. Yeah, that's when people believed me.
Do women also know that the law protects them? Do they know about the Domestic Violence Act, that you're able to go to a magistrate and get an order to stop these abusers?
I don't think we are aware. We don't know that. But hella, what I know is our police don't protect us, because I once reported at a certain police station, no, you should go back and talk to him. Yeah.
And then,
Or rather go to the customary court. They don't protect us.
yeah, sorry to hear that. Thanks for sharing that. That intimate story, and hopefully the viewers who are out there, somebody who might be sitting on the edge, trying to decide whether to report or to take action or not, they'll be inspired by your story and do something about it. This is the part of the show where you get to ask me a question. What is your question for me?
As I do sponsor, my question for you first, you are a businessman, you are an entrepreneur. So have you ever been approached by a filmmaker asking for sponsorship?
No, because it hasn't happened. Most of my activities in that area are in the context of Angel Network Botswana.
Okay.
And there we would normally sponsor startups which are investable and which are scalable. So we have a whole process involved in doing that. And so far I do not recall a filmmaker coming forward. But I suspect if they do come forward, they'll go through the same rigors. First, you have to demonstrate the value proposition. Secondly, you have to demonstrate what you're going to do with the money. And then thirdly, you have to show that it's profitable. Not only that, it's scalable. It can grow. So if it meets our criteria, there are 5 or 6 other considerations we look at beyond the ones I mentioned. If it meets that criteria, we're able to sponsor. And with Angel Network Botswana, the advantage we have is that we have about 50 or so entrepreneurs who have excess liquidity and want to invest in startups right here in Botswana.
Oh, okay.
So we have that possibility. We also assist you in guiding you to prepare a proper pitch deck. What is a pitch deck? A pitch deck is a series of points that you write out like a business plan, but that helps communicate what you want to say about your business. So I haven't had a filmmaker or a producer, but it would be nice to see one and to see whether they would meet our rigorous criteria.
Okay. Now this one is not a question, or I'm humbly asking you to buy a table to support our upcoming masterclass. As an entrepreneur, as a businessman, you should come and learn.
Okay.
How
about
you can
filmmaking.
About filmmaking and how you can benefit from it.
Okay. I'm willing to talk to Andile about it.
Okay.
Andile is a contact person, and we have other people who can then decide whether it's a worthwhile investment for us. I don't want to have to discuss it on air.
Okay, no
It
problem.
makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Now this is the part of the show where you get to look at that camera. I believe it's that one, and share a few final parting words, words of encouragement. Maybe you can talk about the masterclass and then wrap it up with words of encouragement.
Batswana ko gae, we have an upcoming masterclass on the 24th of September at Grand Area Hotel, featuring 3 actors from South Africa, Kagiso Midupi, Ino Sadiki, and Matli Mohapelwa, and our very own Miss Lebogang Mpofu. There will be a performance by one of the best, a legend, Tato Ska Matlabapiri, with a live band. The ticket is 1,000 pula, including merchandise. You can contact us at 73653878 to purchase your tickets, or email us at toppowerpictures@gmail.com. My last words to the young women out there who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs, who are aspiring to do events. I'm saying, my ladies, just do it. Forget about the what ifs. No, just do it. Just stand up and do it. To the women out there who have been through abuse or are going through abuse, my ladies, just walk away. Seek help, seek counseling. There is life after abuse. Ta-da.
Okay, you gave your contacts earlier, but can you just you gave general contacts. Can you just give those relating to you and the masterclass again?
For the masterclass event, contact us at 73653878 to purchase your ticket, or email us at toppowerpictures@gmail.com.
Okay, and how do people link up with you?
Facebook, Buang Chelane, Instagram, Miss Twizy, and Twitter, Buang_Chelane.
All right. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for sharing.